Listen, I'm going to make something clear in 2026. Good morning. We are going to be generating income with our content. Sorry, trying to get everybody situated. We will be generating income with our content, okay? If you are not doing that, meaning you're posting and you're on live and you're not making income, that's a problem. That's a problem. In 2026 and beyond, we will be generating income with everything that we do online, period, point blank. If you're not doing that, we have to fix it today, okay? I also want you guys to understand this. Listen, you only need one digital product in your store. Good morning. You only need one. And that one product that you choose to create and sell will literally change your entire life. See, ladies, a lot of you guys get hung up on the fact that you think you need 50 products in your store, but you really don't. You only need one. That's it. A lot of you guys overthink because you live in fear, all right? On my live, good morning, fear stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what we're doing. We're running away from the brilliant ideas. We're running away from millions, okay? Because you're so fearful of what people are gonna say. You're so fearful of what people are going to think. You're so fearful of looking stupid. And that fear that you refuse to let go of is what's keeping you stuck, okay? It's keeping you trapped. It's keeping you watching from the sidelines. It's keeping you giving up on yourself time and time again, year after year. The version of you who's running her business, she's showing up consistently. She's walking in her purpose. She loves herself. She respects herself. She's not living in fear. She's not living in fear. We are going to have to let go of fear today so that we can finally reach our dreams. Because if you keep holding on to it, fear will steal your dream life from you. Good morning. So we got to let it go. Good morning, good morning. Now what I want to know is who on this live is fed up with living paycheck to paycheck and they want to change it. You gotta want to change it. If that is you, go ahead and put me in the chat. Good morning. I also want to know who on this live is tired of their own BS. They are tired of always starting and stopping. They are tired of giving up on themselves and they want to change it. If that is you, go ahead and put me in the chats. Good morning, good morning. And I also want to know who on this live has no clue as to what a digital product is. If you don't have any idea, go ahead and put me in the chat because I'm going to teach you. Good morning, welcome, welcome. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, my name is Coach Jazz, and we're going to be building our online business this morning on this beautiful Saturday. But not only will we be building our online business, we're also going to be building ourselves, okay? We're going to build our confidence. Good morning. We're going to build our self-respect. We're going to build our consistency, our discipline, our boundaries. We're going to put ourselves first. Okay, I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of information this morning. It would be in your best interest to write it down. Why? Because if I know anything about you, you're human, which means you are going to forget something. You always do, because life, and stresses. So take notes, write it down, so that anything I do say that you happen to forget, good morning, we can still refer back to those notes and get it done, okay? So I need you to take notes. Also, ladies, the more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push this live to more people. So let's go ahead and double tap the screen, share the live, like the live, all of the things, okay? Because just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others. Believe it or not, a lot of women are tired of their own BS. Yes, they tired of it too, okay? They was ready to quit their job last year, okay? They got the 2-week notice already written in the email. They just waiting to hit send. So just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others, okay? One last thing. The key word of this live is going to be execution. Let me turn the mirror on. The key word of this live is going to be execution, okay? We're not just going to talk about it. We're not just going to write it down. We're going to do it. Execution is the only way things get done, okay? Just like you get a paycheck because you had to execute the job. You couldn't just talk about the job. You couldn't just fill out job applications. You had to put in, you had to get an interview, you have to show up. We got to execute, ladies. Moving forward in 2026 and beyond, we're executing, okay? Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. So let's go ahead and get started. Good morning. What the hell is a digital product and how will we build our business? Let's talk. Good morning. A digital product is something you do not have physical possession of. So think of a movie on Netflix. Think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You don't physically have it in your possession. It's all somewhere in the cloud, okay? Listen, you are going to create something to sell, and it can be anything. When I first started, you guys, I lost 100 pounds. I was a very big girl. So I sold an ebook teaching other people how to lose weight by changing their mindset, exercising, and eating less. And I sold it on YouTube. So please just choose something that you already know about and then monetize it. Okay, you can sell an ebook, you can sell an e-course, workbooks, journals. It don't matter. Just get to selling. Okay, don't worry about it. Just get to selling. Maybe you're a really good parent. You can make an ebook teaching other women how to be good parents. Whatever you want to do, just sell it, okay? Now, I'm going to give you guys 2 apps. Good morning. And these apps will change your entire life if you use them, meaning we have to execute, okay? If you're ready for app number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And let's get an affirmation, shall we? Ooh. I trust myself to navigate through this. If you're ready for app number 1, put a 1 in the chat. I trust myself to navigate through this. Let me know I got somebody on this live who is listening. They're ready. They're taking notes. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. I see a lot of people on this TikTok right here. This TikTok right here. And can't not one person put a 1 in the chat. Make it make sense. Let's go, ladies. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. I have the strength to overcome any setbacks. I have the strength to overcome any setbacks. Absolutely. Write it down. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. TikTok number 2. Come on. This TikTok right here. Let's get a 1 in the chat. Let me know that you're here. All you got to do is hit a 1. The more we interact with this live, the more this live gets pushed to more people. Let's go. Let's go. Also, for those of y'all who are just tuning in, my name is Coach Jazz. Good morning. I am teaching you guys how to build your online business, but most importantly, how to build yourself, okay? We got to build consistency. We got to build our confidence. We can finally stop starting and stopping, okay? App number 1, write it down. Canva, C-A-N-V-A. Good morning, good morning. Canva, C-A-N-V-A. Write it down, write it down. Now, Canva does have a premium version. I highly recommend that you pay for it. It is $14.99 a month. But don't sit here and talk about you ain't got it. Don't do it. Nope, no, because you are at Chipotle every day buying $25 bowls. You are at Cava, McDonald's, all of the places. You're getting your nails done. You're getting your hair done, lashes. You shopping at Fashion Nova. Don't tell me you ain't got no $14.99 for Canva. Don't do it, okay? It is worth it, every penny. Okay? Now you'll be using Canva for everything. Don't overthink, just do it. So maybe you want to create content, but you're just not sure. You want your videos to look all professional. You want to put your logo on them. Fine, go on Canva. Canva has thousands of TikTok, Instagram Reel templates, okay? Maybe you want to start the YouTube channel that I tell you to start every single morning. Maybe today you're going to listen. Canva has thousands of YouTube thumbnails on there for you to customize, and it's easy to use. You just drag and drop. And for those of y'all who don't know what a thumbnail is, you know when you're on YouTube and you're looking for something to watch, you see the picture, that's the thumbnail, okay? You can get those off of Canva. And maybe you do want to sell an ebook, and that's what I'm going to teach you how to do this morning. But you want to make it look all professional. Thank you. Canva, 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 Canva. All right? Okay. Before we get into app number 2, I want to say this. I'm talking to the lady right now, the woman on this live, who lives in fear. And what do we say? Fear stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to run away like you always do, okay? And I'm talking to this particular woman who thinks she's too old for this. She's saying, Jazz, I would love to start an online business, but I'm old. It's too late for me. I'm not tech savvy. Okay. Let me talk to you. She's quiet right now, but I want to talk to you real quick. Ladies, what I want you to understand is this. You woke up this morning. That is a blessing, okay? Every day that we wake up means that we were blessed with another opportunity to work on our goals. So instead of wasting that blessing by scrolling social media for hours, let's utilize it. Number 2, you are very tech savvy because you use technology every single day. Because you are on your cell phone from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Don't sit up on my live and tell no lies. Take those lies somewhere else. That takes tech savviness. You sharing, you commenting, you archiving, you're doing all of the things. So you will use the same tech savviness that you already have and build your online business. And last but not least, for those of you guys who think you're too old, what did I say earlier? We're going to monetize our knowledge. So if you are older, that means you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of wisdom, which means you have a lot of things that you can be selling. Okay? Clock it. All right, so go ahead and get that out your system. Are we clear? Age ain't nothing but a number on this live. Age ain't nothing but a number on this live. If you're ready for app number 2, put a 2 in the chat. Let's do an affirmation. If you're ready for app number 2, put a 2 in the chat. I am capable of achieving my dreams. I am capable of achieving my dreams. Let me tell you this. If you even had the idea, that's because you can. If you even thought the thoughts, that's because you can. God isn't going to give you ideas of things you can't do. Why would he plant seeds in environments that can't harvest them? He doesn't. If you even thought about being a content creator, if you ever thought about running a business, whatever the goal is, that's because you can. You get in your own way by making excuses, giving up on yourself, throwing pity parties, complaining, and venting. Stop doing that. It's not getting us anywhere, okay? All right, app number 2, write it down, Chat GPT. Good morning, happy Saturday. App number 2, app number 1 was Canva. Good morning, thank you. App number 1 was Canva. This is app number 2, Chat GPT. This is AI. Okay, now it does have a premium version for $20 a month, but hold on, before you freak out, you don't need it. You don't need it. You can use the free version. Just make sure you make an account, okay? Because the more you use it, the more it remembers you. All right, so ChatGPT. This is AI. AI is gonna make your life easy, not hard, okay? We'll be using chat for everything. So maybe you wanna create content, but you're just not too sure what kind of videos to make. Fine, ask chat, he'll tell you. Maybe you wanna start a YouTube channel, but you're a little camera shy, and you just don't know what to say in the videos. Fine. Chat will script the entire video for you. Now all you have to do is say the words. Maybe you want to sell an ebook, and that's what I'm going to teach you guys how to make this morning, but you just don't know what to put in it. Okay. What if I told you ChatGPT will write the entire ebook for you from beginning to end in under 30 seconds? Ladies, it has never been easier than today to build your online business from scratch, okay? So I gave you Canva and I gave you ChatGPT. Now we're gonna put it together and write it. And I'm gonna give you the prompts. If you're ready for prompt number 1, put a 1 in the chat. You use ChatGPT, but it's sort of fluky. I use it to make things from scratch. Okay, maybe you're not using the right prompts. Maybe you're not using the right prompts, okay? If you're ready for prompt number 1, put a 1 in the chat. And listen, if you're not taking notes, you are really doing yourself a disservice. Because if I know anything about you, you are a human being, which means you are bound to forget something. Because life, and stress. The key word of this live is execution. How can we execute if we don't even know what we're doing? Because I know in about 2 hours from now, you're gonna forget it. So just write it down so we can still get it done, okay? All right, here we go, prompt number 1. You're gonna open up chat, you're gonna type this in here. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Y'all best get to writing, get to writing. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. If you've got that, put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is your opportunity to ask. Remember, ladies, closed mouths don't get fed. How can we execute? If you don't know what you're doing, you can't. So if you need it to be repeated, please ask. Don't you dare wait 10 minutes into the live and be like, Coach Jazz, wait, what is prompt number 1? I'm gonna ignore you. I'm gonna ignore you. Because you could have had it repeated now, but you chose not to. If you don't care, why should I? I need to know you got that. Let's go. Put got that in the chat. Yes, I can repeat it. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Get to writing, ladies. Let's go. Let's go. I need to see if you more got that. I am deserving of joy, success, and love. I should see more got that. TikTok number 2. This TikTok right here, I'm talking, we here. Why can't I get some more got that's in this chat? Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're here. Let me just know that you're not asleep. Did I put you to sleep or not? Hey, are you writing or not? Yes, I did play basketball. I did play basketball. Okay, y'all got that. Very good. Y'all got it. Cool, cool. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell to solve a problem. All right, cool. Now, I need you guys to write this word down. And don't laugh at my handwriting, just write consistent. This says consistent, okay? Write it down because we have got to lock in on the true definition of this word in 2026 because a lot of you guys are very confused. So I'm gonna go ahead and unconfuse you. Some of y'all think consistent means once in a while. If you're not too busy. If you're not sleepy, every 6 months. No. Consistent means more often than not. So, if there are 7 days in a week, consistent is at least 4 out of the 7. In order for you to consistently get a paycheck, don't you have to consistently go to work? Yes. You work more often than not. Most people, right? Okay. Consistent. We have to be consistent. We have to show up more often than not. That's the only way it's going to get done, ladies. Things don't just magically appear into your bank account. A business does not just magically fall into your lap. You have to be consistent. Now, let's make consistency easy because life is hard enough, okay? Life is lifing and stress is stressing. Fine, let's take the easy route. It is so much easier to be consistent when you choose something off the list that chat gave you that you truly like. Ladies, I cannot make this up. When you do things that you enjoy, you look forward to doing it because it doesn't feel like work. And when things don't feel like work, you're more likely to do it. For my ladies who have lost weight, I've lost 100 pounds and I've kept it off for 3 years. You know this to be true. If you eat healthy foods that you like, isn't it so much easier to consistently eat healthy? Yes. Yes, it is. If you exercise and do activities that you actually like, isn't it easier to consistently be active? Yes. Yes, it is. The business is no different. Please go through the list and choose something that you truly enjoy. Think about what would I love to talk about all the time? That's what I want you to do. And if it gave you 10 things and you don't like none of the things they gave you, fine, ask for 10 more. Keep asking until it gives you something you want to use. I want you to want to talk about this thing so much that you drive your husband crazy. That's how you know that's the right product, okay? When you could talk about it all day. That's what we need to be doing, okay? Okay. Now, before we move on, I need you to write this down. Money flows where energy goes. Write that down, ladies. This is critical. This is critical to the glow up, okay? Money flows where energy goes. Thank you. Okay. If you're anything like how I used to be, you give your energy to everybody. Everybody gets all your energy. You give all your energy to your spouse. You're giving all your energy to your kids. You're giving all your energy to your parents and your family. You're giving all your energy to your job. You're giving all your energy to your coworkers and your friends. You're giving all your energy to celebrity gossip. And by the time you sit down to work on something for you, you don't have any energy left because you gave it all away. That's why you feel frustrated, irritated, and defeated. Because you keep giving your energy. And the crazy thing is the people that you're giving your energy to, most of these people don't even reciprocate it back to you. You just giving out energy like a damn vending machine. That has to stop. Because we're not getting anything done. I want you to start putting yourself first. And I know that can be hard for a lot of people because you never put yourself first. Well, it's the new year. It's a new you. It does not make you a bad wife because you want to work on your business. It does not make you a bad mother because you want to do something for yourself for once. It does not make you a bad friend because you would rather work on your goals than talk to your friend about her problems. It makes you human. It makes you a human being. I'm not sitting here saying that you shouldn't put your kids first. But what I am saying is you matter too. So moving forward, especially if these are grown ass adults, moving forward, you are going to be saying no more often. The answer is no. No. And it is a complete sentence. You don't need to explain anything to anybody. No, I cannot give you no money. That is money I could be using for my business. No, I cannot give you no rides. That is time I could be using for my business. No, I cannot sit here and talk to you about your problems. Shit, I got my own. Let me fix them. The answer is no. No, 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 no. When you start giving out more no's, now you have more energy for yourself. And you can use that energy that you now have for yourself to do something for yourself and build your dream life. Okay? Money flows where energy goes. Don't you ever forget it. If you're ready for prompt number 2, put a 2 in the chat. Good morning. Happy Saturday. It is the Saturday morning resets. Good morning. I'm teaching you guys how to build your business, but also how to build yourself, your confidence, your follow through, your belief, all of the things. Self-respect, self-love, self-worth, self-everything. Self. This is the journey of self, okay? All right, prompt number 2. Once you choose the idea you want to use, you will type this in the chat. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Good morning. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. If you've got that, put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, please ask. Remember, the key word of this live is execution. How can we execute if we don't even know what we're doing? Let's go. Let me know. Speak to me. Let me know you're here, you're present, you're alert. Did I put you to sleep or not? I need to know. My self-worth grows every time I show love to myself. My self-worth grows every time I show love to myself. For those of you guys who are struggling with self-worth, how can we start showing love to ourselves? By keeping the promises that we make to ourselves, by prioritizing 8 hours of sleep. It's hard to feel worthy of things when you're sleepy. Can we start getting 8 hours? Can we set a bedtime and stick to it so that we can wake up with some energy to do something for ourselves? Can we do that, please? Yes. Can we move our body? Can we drink water? Can we eat something healthy? Please. Okay? Okay. All right, fair enough. So you're gonna hit enter. You're gonna hit enter. Now, I told you guys how to make our ebook. It wrote your ebook for you, okay, from beginning to end. Now all we gotta do is copy and paste. That's it. You will copy what chat gave you and paste it into Canva. So you're gonna open up the Canva app. In the search bar, hit ebooks, enter. It's gonna give you thousands of templates. Pick your most favorite one. They're all customizable. You can swap out the colors, the fonts, the pictures, all the things. You will copy and paste. Ladies, for my overthinkers on this live, and you know who you are, because you overthink from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Write this down. This says KISS, K-I-S-S. This is an acronym, and it stands for Keep It Simple, Silly. In other words, stop overthinking. It's not getting you anywhere. Just make sure that it is clean, simple, legible. That's it. She said, Canva is hard for me. Are you overthinking? We're not overthinking in 2026. We're leaving that behind, okay? The new version of you, she doesn't overthink because she already knows she knows, okay? So keep it simple, silly. Once you are done copying and pasting and you love the way it looks, I want you to download it as a PDF file. PDF, okay? Once you have downloaded it as a PDF file, you will upload it to your hosting site. Please write these down. This is, y'all, I'm giving y'all the tea. The least you can do is write it down, okay? Your hosting site, Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. These are some of the most popular hosting sites. There's plenty of more, but these are some of the most popular ones. If you've got all of that, got that in the chat before we move forward. And you just need one. You don't need all. You just need one of these, okay? You just need one. If you got that, got that in the chat. Good morning, good morning. Let's do another affirmation while I wait for some got that. Ooh, I have the power to create the life I want. Yes, you do. I have the power to create the life I want. Yes, you do. A lot of y'all like to believe that you don't. But what did I say? You're getting in your own way. Those excuses that you refuse to let go of, that's why it ain't getting done. The procrastinating, the limiting beliefs, the caring what people think, this is why I'm saying this is a self problem. Because you're doing this to yourself. You're delaying the dream life that you want. We got to fix it, okay? All right, y'all got that. Very good. Now, let me tell you this. The beauty of having a coach, good morning, having a mentor, is they can teach you to do things and not to do things, all from their own personal experiences, okay? I've been doing this for 6 years, full time, started during COVID. Made a lot of money on these apps, but I would be sitting here lying to you if I did not tell you that I also made a lot of mistakes, Got mistakes for days, okay? One of the biggest lessons that I learned in entrepreneurship, and this is also life advice too, ladies, we have got to get a handle on our finances. I learned that problems always follow you and get worse until you fix it and change it. We have to get a handle on our finances, and you know who you are. You don't have a budget. You just spend. You don't know what you're spending. Don't even know what comes out the account. Sometimes you don't even check the account because you know it's a low number. You are running away from your finances. That has got to stop. The version of you who's grown up, who's confident, who's living life to the fullest, she's walking in her purpose, she's running her business, who truly loves herself, she also knows how to spend her money. She knows how much is coming in versus what is coming out. Because if you do not fix the spending problems that a lot of us have, those problems will follow you no matter how much money you make. And I know that because I lived it. I never used to understand how people could make so much money and be so broke until I lived it. Because I never had a handle on my finances. Whatever I wanted, I bought. There was no damn budget. Didn't even know what a budget was. And that problem followed me all the way through entrepreneurship until I fixed it. You gotta fix it, ladies. And the reason why I'm telling you this is you are entering into entrepreneurship, business ownership. There are fees. I'm not gonna tell you no tales. Ain't shit on this internet for free. Ain't shit in life for free. We all know this. We are all over the age of 18, I hope. These hosting sites have fees, okay? And don't sit here and act like you can't afford a fee, because that's a lie. Because you go out to eat every day. You are spending $20 at Chipotle daily, getting the extra chicken. Don't do it. Do not do it. You are on TikTok Shop. You are getting your nails done. Don't do that. These hosting sites have fees, okay? I use Stan Store. I love Stan. Stan is great, but Stan is very expensive, okay? Stan is $99 a month. That is very high if you are not making that, okay? If you are brand new to entrepreneurship, business ownership, content creation, whatever, I don't want you starting on Stan. You're gonna start on Gumroad, Gumroad. I want you to start here. And there's no shame. Every entrepreneur had days of no sales, weeks, months, and years. It ain't no shame. Gumroad. Because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale, okay? They charge you 10% for every sale. So until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That's a great place to start. Now, what I know about you is this. You are gonna make money. How do I know that? Because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and you promised me that you were gonna execute. That's what you said. So when you do start making money, then I want you to transfer everything over to Stan Store, because Stan Store has a lot of features that will help you expand your business, like Afterpay and Klarna. Ladies, let me tell you what's going on in the world of finance. People today love payment plans. Buy now, pay later is taking over the country. Okay, it's gone crazy. People are using Afterpay, Klarna, Affirm, QuadPay, Sezzle. There's so many out there. And if you have a buy now, pay later on your site, you will make more. People are using that more than credit cards. Okay, and it's not just poor people. No, it is not. Six-figure earners are also using these services. So if you have a buy now, pay later option on your site, you will make more. But for now, you will start with what you have. You will start on Gumroad, you will build your business, you will start making money, and then you will transfer everything over to Stan Store later, okay? So what we just did was we took what we just did was we took Canva and Chat and put it together and made the projects that I use Afterpay religiously. That's what I'm saying. Ladies, if you have Afterpay, Klarna, whatever, get it on there. Hurry up, bring everything over, work on your business, because I am telling you, you will make more. You will make more, okay? Shopify, you can use physical products, okay? All right, so what we just did was we made the ebook. We took Canva, Chat, put it together, made the ebook. Now we gotta sell it. We gotta sell it, okay? Now I'm gonna be honest, sales is 80% of the business. That is more than half. So we've gotta get this right, or we don't have a business. But before we get into sales, I need to make something crystal clear to you. Good morning. That process of copying and pasting and making that ebook, that should not take you longer than 2 hours. 2 hours. And respectfully, honestly, it shouldn't take you longer than 1. But I'm gonna give you some grace and I'm gonna give you 2. And on this live, age ain't nothing but a number. I don't give a damn how old you are. What you're not gonna do is try to convince me that it takes longer than 2 hours to copy some words and paste it. No, it does not. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours, we have a problem. A serious one that we got to fix today. One problem that you might be struggling with, and I used to struggle with this as well. You're trying to be perfect. Let me guess, you're a perfectionist, right? So everything about you just must be perfect or it's not right. You're the woman who's going to waste 6 months of her life that she does not get back to overthink a brilliant idea and try to make it perfect. Then when she does decide to start, she's going to take things out, put things back, overanalyze, get frustrated and irritated, and give up on it, and let another 3 months going by doing absolutely nothing. And she doesn't get those 3 months back either. They are gone. Then when you do decide to start again, this time you're going to go ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. And the crazy thing is, these people that you're asking, they don't even have a business. These aren't even people you would trade lives with. But for some reason, their opinion means so much to you. And then when they do give you their opinion, you listen and you care. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by and you ain't did shit but waste time that you do not get back. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Man, I already know I'm not the coach for everybody because I'm going to tell you the truth. Some people just can't handle it. You are not perfect, okay? You are flawed, but that's okay because I'm not perfect either. I am flawed. Nobody is perfect. We are all perfectly imperfect. What you really are is scary. You're scary as hell. You are living in fear. What did we say fear stood for on this live? Fuck everything and run. And that's what you're doing. You're running away from your brilliant idea because you're so fearful of putting yourself out there and looking stupid. You're so fearful of trying something new and failing. You are so fearful of people talking about you. So you just let fear steal your dream life from you. The version of you that's happy, who gets to wake up every day doing what she loves, who's not living paycheck to paycheck, who has confidence in herself and discipline and follows through with the promises she makes to herself. That version of you, you're letting fear steal it. And it steals it year after year. And if you want to dig even deeper, the reason why we do all of this stuff, these excuses and this procrastination, even have all this fear, is really because we're self-sabotaging. This is self-sabotage, okay? Self. Well, I tell you, you are doing this to yourself. This is not group sabotage. This is not my husband is sabotage. No, this is you. This is a self-inflicted problem. And the reason why we self-sabotage is because we're trying to protect our fragile little ego from feeling disappointed. Your ego can't handle the feeling of trying something and it failing, and now you feel disappointed with yourself. So you make excuses and you procrastinate and you talk about why it's not going to work because you're trying to avoid feeling disappointed because you can't handle that feeling. But let me ask you this. Didn't you say earlier you hate living paycheck to paycheck? Didn't you say earlier you hate always giving up on yourself? Didn't you say earlier that you know you're worth more, you're better than the life that you're living, and you're not living it? That's what you said. But that's how you're living now. You are already disappointing yourself now because there are things about your life that you are not 1000% happy with. There are things about your life that you want to fix, that you want to change. But every day that you keep living a life that you want to change, you are living in disappointment because you're not happy with it 1000%. I am trying to help you fix it. I am trying to help you change. How can we build a business if there's no product? If you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, how can we bring more money into the house through our business if there's no product to sell? How can customers buy your stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. So you have to launch. You have to launch. And the reason why you lack confidence in yourself and you're so afraid to launch, and the reason why you don't believe in yourself is because you never keep the promises that you made to yourself. You keep giving up on yourself. And in order to fix that, we have to just do the thing that we told ourselves we were going to do. You have already told yourself at some point that you want a business, so do it. Do it. You already told yourself at some point you want to create content, then do it. You already said at some point you want to lose weight, then do it. Just do it. Stop giving up on yourself. So you are going to have to just do it. And I need you to understand and understand that the more you do something, the better it will get. The more content you put out, the better it'll get. The more products you put out, the better they will get. But it'll never be perfect. So stop wasting time and just launch it the way it is. Just launch. All of your favorite businesses that we all spend money with today have gotten better along the way. Look at Netflix. Netflix didn't always have a fancy app. They weren't doing comedy specials with Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle. They weren't doing pay-per-view. No, they were not. And they damn sure didn't have their own original movies and series. Years ago, before COVID, you used to have to go on their website, netflix.com. You had to make a list of all the movies you wanted to see. And these were not their originals. These were movies that were once in theaters. They would mail you a DVD off of the list. You watched it as many times as you wanted. And when you were ready for the next movie off of your list, you had to mail that one back. They just launched what they had. They didn't wait till they were worth billions. They just launched with what they had. And as they kept running their business, it got better and better and better. So I don't know why you think you're above Netflix and you can skip all that and get right to the finish line. But I'm gonna need us to reel that ego on in. I'm all about having confidence, but we gotta reel that on in and understand everybody goes through it, ladies. It is never perfect. Go to your favorite content creators page. And I want you to scroll down to the beginning, if they still got them up there. At least 8 years ago. And you look at the content when they first started and compare it to today. It got better. It always does. Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words is because you're distracted as fuck. Yes, I'm going to tell you about yourself. See, when you get off work, you could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you make to yourself, but you choose not to. You would rather sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrities and their drama. On the weekends, when you do have time off, you could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you make to yourself, but you'd rather not. You'd rather sit on the couch and binge watch Hulu and Netflix for hours. Late at night, when your children are asleep, you could work on the business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you make to yourself, but You choose not to. You would rather scroll on social media for hours, laughing at funny videos and sharing them back and forth in the group chats. And the reason why we have all of these distractions in the first place is because we're trying to escape. It's escapism. And the reason that we're trying to escape is because there's things about our life that we're not 1000% happy with. And instead of you being grown woman enough and fixing it, you would rather run from it through your distractions. But what if we take a new path? Because it's 2026. We did that in 2025 and it got us nowhere. So let's try something different this time. Instead of trying to escape a life that we're not 1000% happy with, what if we just lock in and build a life that we never feel the need to escape from? So this is what I want you to do today, not tomorrow, not Monday, today. You are going to turn the TV off. Put the phone on Do Not Disturb. Tell your friends you will talk to them later. You are working on building your dream life. You're going to sit down at home. No, you don't need to go to Starbucks because you get distracted there. You will sit down at home. You will start the product and you will finish it. Not start, stop, come back next week because we already know how you do. You don't come back. So you're just going to start it and you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you need. If we are crystal clear on all those instructions, go ahead and put clear in the chat because respectfully, ain't no point in talking about sales if you ain't got nothing to sell. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz and we are building our online business on this beautiful Saturday. And we're also building our confidence, our self-esteem, our self-discipline, our self-love. Everything is self, okay? We're going to fix it so we can finally do it. Not talk about it, not hope and manifest and pray, but actually do it, okay? I know that I have the power to make my dreams come true. I know that I have the power to make my dreams come true. So now you just got to execute. Now that you know you have the power, now you got to do it, okay? Remember the key word is execution. Now sales, I told y'all a few minutes ago, sales is 80% of the business. That is more than half. So we got to get it right. You don't have a choice. Because you ain't got no sales, you ain't got no business. I'm not going to lie. Most people fail at sales. Most people fail here. But not for the reasons that you think. So before you run away, oh my God, sales is so hard. No, it's not. Sales is hard for them. Sales is actually easy. But the reason why sales is hard for them is because of their mindset in regards to sales. We have to fix our mindset if you want to sell something. So let's fix it. Some of you guys are fearful of sales because you're saying things to yourself like, well, I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to be annoying. What if I talk about my product too much and people unfollow me? What if people think I'm begging them for money? Okay, so let's get something straight. Number one, selling is not begging. Selling is solving. That's it. People have a problem. You have a solution. You are not begging anyone for anything. So stop thinking that. That's wrong. Okay? Number two, you don't have a choice but to talk about your product consistently. Because people will forget. Ladies, nobody is thinking about you. Nobody is checking for you. You have to remind people that you exist because people are living their own lives and they're not thinking about you because they don't remember you. You have to consistently remind people about your products and your services and how you can help them so that they can start to remember. Why do you think I keep telling you guys to take notes on this live? Because I already know you're gonna forget. You always do. Why do you think I keep telling you the key word of this live is execution? I done said that word about 20 times so far. Why do I keep repeating myself? So that you remember. Because otherwise you're gonna forget to execute. You always do. People not remembering stuff. People are fed content from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed. They are scrolling social media all day. They got their own problems. They're not going to remember. So you have to consistently remind them. You don't have a choice. Look at Amazon. We all know who they are. We all are well aware. And most of us are Prime members, meaning that we're paying a subscription for 2-day shipping, 1-day shipping, same-day shipping. And even though everybody knows who Amazon is and they are most of our preferred place to shop, they still remind us all day that they exist. How? Well, you can't even go 2 miles down the street without seeing an Amazon truck on the road. Them big ass blue trucks with their logo. They could have left those trucks white. But they didn't. They put their color on it, which is blue, and they put their logo on it. Why? To remind you that they exist. So every time you see one of their trucks, which is all day, your brain thinks Amazon. You can't even go down a neighborhood or into a mail room without seeing Amazon boxes everywhere. They could have left those cardboard boxes blank. They didn't have to put their logo on it. But they did it for a reason. Why? So that every time you see one of their packages, which is literally damn near all day, your brain thinks Amazon. Do you think they're worried about being annoying? Do you think they're sitting in their office saying maybe we should chill out because we don't want them to unsubscribe from Prime? Girl, please. They know you're not going nowhere. You not going nowhere. No, you're not. No, because they already know they have a solution to your problem. You're lazy and you want convenience. We all do. Oh, okay. For those of you guys who have seen my face before, maybe I'm not a new face to you. I've been doing this for 6 years. I'm all over the internet. Maybe you found me on Instagram. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Threads. I'm everywhere. How is it that I'm able to show up consistently talking about Glow Up Academy and how I can help people without worrying about people thinking I'm begging them for money or people unfollowing me because I'm talking about my product too much? How am I able to have that energy? Because I know I have a solution to people's problems. That's how. People want to grow their online business. I teach them that all inside Glow Up Academy. People want to learn how to become more consistent, build confidence, and follow through with the promises they make. I teach them how to do that all inside Glow Up Academy. People want to monetize their platforms and get paid for views like how I do. I teach them all that inside Glow Up Academy. I'm not begging anyone for anything. And if they unfollow me, honestly, I don't really care. They weren't ready. And that's okay. They come back when they are. They always do. And since I have that energy with my products and services, I sell. And I sell a lot. Because Amazon has that energy with their products and services, they sell. And they sell a lot. And if you want to sell a lot too, you are going to have the same energy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? If you're ready for sales tip number 1, put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. Happy Saturday. My name is Coach Jazz. If I say anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, double tap the screen. The more we interact with this live, the more this live gets pushed to more people. And believe it or not, there are a lot of women who are tired of their own BS too. They was tired last year. They already got the 2-week notice in the email. They ready to hit send. They just need the information. So just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others, okay? Let's see. I am strong, motivated, and ready to tackle any challenge. I am strong, motivated, and ready to tackle any challenge. I do want to tackle the elephant in the room. For my ladies on here who are so afraid to start their business, make their content, whatever the goal is, because they're afraid of failure, I want to talk to you. Failure. A lot of you guys are very confused as to what that word means. So let me unconfuse you. See, some of you guys think failure means you create your first YouTube video, and if you don't get 100,000 subscribers in 7 days, then you failed. A lot of y'all think that if you create your first ebook and you're not a millionaire in 30 days, then you failed. A lot of y'all think that if you create your first TikTok reel and you don't get 10,000 views in 10 minutes, then you failed. But that's not failure. Failure only exists when you quit, okay? When you throw in the towel and you say, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I give up. I'm done. I don't want to do this. That is when you have failed, when you quit. But if every single day you just do something different this day that you didn't do yesterday, that's not failure, because you're still showing up. You're still trying. You're still committed. You're keeping going. That's not failure. Maybe yesterday you made excuses. How about today you don't? Maybe yesterday you thought about making content. How about today you do it? Maybe yesterday you didn't drink any water. How about today you do a half a gallon? As long as you do something small towards the goal every single day, that's not failure, because you're still showing up. And the crazy thing is, we as a society have become extremely entitled. And the reason why you have these timelines on when you think you should get the results, you become entitled to it. So if it doesn't happen, then that's why you think you failed. See, you want 10,000 views on a video. And so your entitled mind is like, it needs to happen today, because if it doesn't happen today, then it doesn't happen at all. Failing to realize, well, maybe it won't happen today, but maybe if you keep going, it will eventually happen. Ladies, let me tell you this. Everything that you continuously do, you always eventually get the results that you want. Business is no different. To my ladies who have lost weight, I've lost 100 pounds. Is this or is this not true? If you consistently eat less food and consistently move your body, won't you eventually get to your goal weight? Yes. Yes, you will. To my ladies who are trying to fix their credits, if you consistently pay your credit card bills down and consistently pay them on time, you will eventually get to the credit score that you want. But the problem is, you set a bizarre timeline on when you think it should happen because you feel entitled to it. Let's bring that on in. Let's reset the ego just a little bit. It will eventually happen. So, for those of you guys who are so afraid to fail, just don't quit. Because if you don't quit, then you don't fail. And now you have nothing to worry about. Okay? Very good. Now that we got that out of our chest. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody's failure. Sales tip number 1, write this down. Content is king and distribution is queen. Content is king and distribution is queen. So let's break this down so it makes sense, okay? Let's start with the content is king portion. All right. The content that we create is how we're going to get the word out about our products and services and how we can help people. So through pictures, reels, story posts, if you go live, if you create long form YouTube content, all of that is content, okay? And that's how we're gonna let people know about our products and services. So it's king because we have to do that consistently. And what did we say consistent meant? More often than not. So if there's 7 days in a week, we need to be posting content at least 4 out of the 7. But before you freak out, we also said we're gonna work on getting a little bit better every single day. So maybe right now you're not posting any content. Maybe you're camera shy. Fine. What I want you to start with, a couple of options. You could do faceless, and all the stuff applies to faces too, don't matter. Or if you do want to eventually show your face, I want you to start with just sitting in front of the camera and talking to it for 30 seconds. No, not to post, just to sit in front of the camera. So you can get used to being in front of the camera. Once you're used to doing that and it no longer scares the hell out you, now we're gonna commit to a goal of posting at least one 30-second TikTok video in that week. Within 7 days, just one. Not even asking for a minute. We're doing one 30-second reel. Post it. Get used to that. When you are comfortable with that, now you're more comfortable in front of the camera. You're more comfortable online. Now we're gonna up it to 2, and then 3, and then so on and so forth. So don't freak out. We're all crawling before we walk, and we're all walking before we run. Okay? Now, the distribution is queen part. Not only will we post content consistently, we are also going to be building at least 3 platforms. Ladies, we got to build 3. Why? Because 1 is too close to none. Like that one income you have at that one job. If they laid you off tomorrow, what would you do? Exactly. You'd be sitting there freaking out, trying to figure out how you're gonna pay them bills. If you put all of your eggs in a TikTok basket and the US decides to ban it like they were trying to do this time last year, what would you do? You would be sitting there freaking out like all of the other TikTokers who only had a TikTok account. Ladies, I teach my students we have to stay proactive so we are not reactive. In other words, we got to stay ready, okay? So we got to build 3. And no, it is not hard. Get that out your head. The same exact video that you put on TikTok, you'll throw it on YouTube Shorts, Facebook, wherever. And as opposed to which platform should you grow, that's 1000% up to you. You got a lot of options. I always suggest starting with the platform that you're always on. So if you're always on TikTok, start TikTok. Obviously, you like this app so much because you're always here. So then start there and then just choose 2 more. But let me tell you this, in case you did not know. YouTube is the most watched platform. A lot of y'all are confused. A lot of y'all think it's TikTok. No, bless your heart. It is not TikTok. It is YouTube. YouTube has even replaced cable TV. I got YouTube going right now, okay? So I'm going to always urge and encourage you to start your YouTube channel. There are thousands of faceless creators on YouTube killing it. Some of my favorite creators are faceless, don't even know what they look like, but I can relate to what they're saying. YouTube, start your channel. Just start your channel. Be consistent and you can thank me later, okay? Now, before we get into sales tip number 2, I want to speak to the woman on here who's still letting fear take over. She's quiet, not saying too much. She's taking notes. Thank you. She's taking notes, but she's starting to feel a little overwhelmed. She's letting fear take over. And she's saying things like, Jazz, this sounds great, but girl, This sounds hard. You're telling me to post consistently. You're telling me to build 3 platforms. You're telling me to make an ebook. I'm not good with Canva. Chat GP who? This just sounds like a lot. And I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, just listen. Okay? One thing I know is this. I don't have the power to convince you of anything. So I'm not even gonna try, okay? So if you want to believe that posting consistently is hard, then fine. I'm not gonna convince you otherwise. You're right. Your feelings are valid. It's hard. If you want to believe that making an ebook that you didn't write is hard, then fine. I'm going to let you think that. It's hard. If you want to believe that posting a 30-second TikTok reel, whether you're faceless or front and center, is hard, then fine. You're right. It's hard. But let me remind you of this. Living a life that you are not 1000% happy with is also hard. Robbing Patrice to pay Paula and making payment arrangement after payment arrangement is hard. Knowing that you're meant for more and not living it is hard. And you do that every day. And that's what fear will do. See, fear will convince you that you can't do shit. And you let it convince you of this every single year. And every single year, fear steals your dream life from you. And you let it. As women, and I used to be guilty of this too, we have a toxic habit of never giving ourselves credit where credit is due. We never look at all of the things in our life that we have overcome that was hard. Because nobody's life is perfect. We all have had some shit happen to us and for us. And in those moments, it was hard. Hard as hell. But you got through it. You're still here today. When was the last time you ever told yourself you were proud of yourself? Do you even know the last time you said that to yourself? Because if the answer is no, that's a problem. That's a problem. You have overcome things in your life way harder than this. But you're letting fear convince you that you can't do it. But look at what you've already done. Some of y'all are damn near superwoman. Nobody could walk a mile in your shoes. And you don't even think you can do this? But you do all of that? Come on. Really, ladies? Really? Our confidence is that low that we don't even think we can copy some words from AI and paste it? Really, ladies? You copy and paste links all day, sending them back and forth in the group chat. Really? Are you serious right now? Look at everything you deal with every day. And you really are letting yourself believe that you can't record a 30-second TikTok video and hit upload? Really, ladies? Really? That's a problem. And we have got to fix it today because that's unacceptable. And I don't have to convince you of this because you can see this for yourself. There are people on these apps who are in worse off situations than you. And they're still showing up, trying to make their dreams come true. There are women on these apps with more kids than you. And they are still showing up, trying to build their dream. There are people on these apps who live in a hospital because they're always sick. Cancer, sickle cell. And despite all of that, they are still showing up, trying to make their dreams come true. There are people on these apps who have lost it all. They lost their job, they lost their house, they lost their car. But they didn't lose hope. And despite the whole world on their back, right now, they are still showing up, just trying to make their dreams come true. Now let's be real. Some of y'all don't even have half them problems. Let's be real. Some of y'all do, and okay, I'm gonna give you some grace. Some of y'all don't. You might have a complaint here or there. Things, of course, aren't perfect, but for the most part, you're sitting pretty. You know you're blessed as hell right now. Don't even sit up here and lie. Don't even have half that going on. And you're still trying to convince yourself that you can't do this? That's fear. That right there. And that's the problem. You continuously let fear steal your dream life from you year after year. And my question is, how much longer are we going to keep doing that? Because it's not getting you anywhere. You guys, my online business changed my entire life. I've been doing this for 6 years. I started during COVID. Made more income than I could have ever imagined from my cell phone, my freaking laptop, and some Wi-Fi. I now have peace. I get to get up every day and I'm not stressing about how I'm gonna pay my rent on time. I have freedom. I get to do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. I have purpose now. I get to wake up every day doing what I love. But before all of this, before COVID, totally different life. Totally different life. I used to be miserable. I used to be depressed. I was 100 pounds overweight, insecure as hell. And I used to be an alcoholic. See, I have bought into the American dream bullshit that they sell all of us. I bought in back in high school. They told me to go to college and get a 4-year degree, get a good job with benefits and stability, make enough money to be able to afford a nice house, be able to take vacations throughout the year, save for retirement, and then when I get too old to work, it'll be fine because I'll have millions saved. Then I can just live out the rest of my years in peace. So I said, okay, let's do it. Let's go off to college, right? My mom was telling me to go. All of my friends went. I went too. Went off and got me a 4-year bachelor's degree. Cost me $40,000. Graduated, got my dream job 6 months later towards my degree, making $60,000 a year with benefits, PTO, health insurance, all of the things. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was about to be rich. I was 23 years old. I had never made $60,000 before. I thought my life was gonna take off. This American dream that they sold me was really happening. So I decided to move out of my mom's house. I was sick of her rules. I was ready to be a grown woman and do grown woman things. So I went out and got my own place, got my own apartment. I didn't stop there. Ladies, I told you guys, I used to have really bad spending habits. We listen, we don't judge. I decided to do what most Americans do. I went out and got me a car payment. See, I already had a car and it was paid off, title in hand, okay? It got me from point A, B, C, D, E, and F, but it was old. No push to start. No leather seats, no tablet in the dash. I had to upgrade to match my new life, right? So I went out and got me a brand new Dodge Charger, top of the line. Couldn't tell me shit in my Charger. I thought I was so cute. $450 a month. And we all know with the expensive cars comes expensive car insurance and expensive gas. By the time I paid all my bills for the month, your girl was broke as hell. Broke, busted, disgusted. Couldn't afford to take no vacations. Couldn't put any extra money in my 401k. I was broke. Okay, I was broke. But I had another problem. I had to start paying back them student loans. See, I was young back then. I didn't think they were serious about getting their money back. Everybody has student loans, right? They really want their money back? Yes, they want their money back. The government is not playing with you. They will give you 6 months after you graduate to get on your feet. They want you to go get a job. But best believe at that 6-month mark, they are sending letters because they want you to submit your tax returns because they're going to tell you how much you can afford to pay. And since they saw I made $60,000 a year, I didn't have any kids, no dependents, they said I should be able to pay $400 a month. I was like, what? 400? I called and everything. Yep, that's the price. And it's not up for negotiation. They don't care how much your car payment is. They don't care how much your rent is. They don't care. That's the price. I had 11 student loan accounts that they lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every month that I did not pay those student loans, which was literally every month because I really couldn't afford it, I got 11 missed payments on my credit. In the course of 1 year, I cannot make this up, I racked up 121 missed payments. My credit dropped 520. So there goes my American dreams of buying a house one day, or at least until I get that fixed, right? So I'm broke as hell. I have really bad credit. I had one last problem. I hated my job. College didn't prepare me for corporate America. I had no clue what kind of war zone I was walking into. See, when I was in the interview, my supervisor, the person interviewing me, she told me that everybody was a work family and that we all cared about each other, we loved each other, like we were big sisters. And I believed that. See, I was 23. I'm not gonna lie. I grew up very sheltered. I was very naive in my early 20s. I'm not even gonna hold you. So when my supervisor told me that, I believed it. So I went into the department thinking that we were all one big happy work family. No, that's not your fucking family. And they don't like you. They will smile in your face. They'll talk and kiki with you in the break room. They will invite you out to happy hour. They'll call you outside of work and talk to you. Yes, yes. They'll do the Secret Santas in the break room, the holidays, the Thanksgiving potlucks, do all the things. They'll even all come together for your birthday and spend their money on a gift for you. But they do not like you. And they will tell you that you are the little sister that they never had. But they do not like you. And best believe, your big sister will tell everybody what you said. I got on manager's most hated list. And my work sister, I didn't come up with that. That's what she said. That's what she told me, okay? I was 23, she was 31. She told me I was the little sister she never had. And I walked right into that. I was miserable. Just so you know, I worked with all women. And I was the youngest one there. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands of applications trying to get out, trying to get a new job. Nobody was calling me back. I couldn't even get an interview. So I'm broke, bad credit, miserable at my job. For the first time in my entire life, at 23 years old, I felt trapped. If you've never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, consider yourself extremely blessed. You're blessed. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. But let me give you some context. See, trap feels like no matter what you do, your life's not gonna get no better. That's how trap feels. You can try to have a positive mindset, be optimistic, but it feels like nothing but negative ass shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. That's how trap feels. You could work some overtime or even get a part-time job so you can catch up on all the bills that you have and get some breathing room so you can stop stressing. But just when you start to have a couple $100 saved up, something always comes and slaps you in the face. Now your car won't start. Now you got to dish out money for that. It's always something. And no matter what you do, your life's not going to get no better. That's how trap feels. You can try to pray to God and ask him to help you, but it feels like he's not listening because it feels like he's not fixing it because it feels like shit's not getting better. That's how trapped feels. Your life begins to feel like a nightmare that you can't wake up from. And I lived like that for 6 years. I couldn't even go to work without sitting in my car and crying first. I used to bring that job home with me. So the job is toxic. The people are toxic. And it's so damn toxic, you can't escape it. You're at home, okay? You have clocked out and you are telling your spouse the entire thing that happened at work. These people cannot get out your mind. That's what that means, bringing people home with you. They have stolen your peace. You can't even sleep at night. You're so stressed about bills. And how are you going to pay this by this day? Calculating overdraft fees. And to cope with all of that, depression, anxiety, I started drinking. First, it was just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves. It quickly spiraled out of control. I became an alcoholic. And the only reason why I'm even telling you this story is because if any of my story resonates with you, then you are already doing something hard. Going to a job that drains you, that's hard. Crying every day because you are so upset with the way your life is going right now. That's hard. And see, the reason why I was so depressed back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to. I didn't have any hobbies. I didn't have any interests. My life felt like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat, week after week, month after month, year after year. That's depressing ass shit. Who wouldn't be depressed? There's nothing wrong with you. Your situation is depressing. That's real. Anybody would be depressed with that. I'm not telling you they wouldn't. But the beauty of online business is that now you get to do what you love and monetize it. Whatever you want to do. There's no such thing as a stupid idea. Not today. There's no such thing as something too far-fetched. Not today. You see it for yourself. Ladies, I don't have to convince you of this. How many times do you scroll on your For You page and you see the most bizarrest things? And you were sitting there confused as hell trying to figure out how the hell are they getting paid for that? But guess what? They are. They are. They are. You can monetize anything. Imagine a life where you get to get up every single day doing what you love. But you can't do that because you keep living in fear. You continuously let fear steal your dream life from you. Every day. And I want to say one more thing to you before we move forward, because I need to make sure you hear me loud and clear. I hope you realize that if you work 8 hours or more, you spend more time at work with people that you don't even like than you do with your family that loves you. Literally, I literally work 9 to 5. So What should have only been a 20-minute drive was an hour because I'm in rush hour traffic. So an hour to work, an hour back. 8 hours at the job, you got an hour lunch break. That's 11 hours out of my day, gone. By the time you do get home, you are drained. You are exhausted. You are defeated. You only have a few hours to spend with your spouse and your kids before you have to put everyone to bed, just to repeat the cycle again the next day, just to look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what are you looking forward to? Because Friday, you still worked. Saturday is the only day that you get to do what you love. Sunday, not so much, no? Because you have to prepare for the work week. So you got to cook, you got to clean, you got to do laundry, you got to go to the grocery store, and you have to mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on your desk for Monday. Ladies, that's not living. That's surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I know this. The God that I serve, He loves me. And you can't convince me otherwise. And since He loves me so much, why would He put me on this earth to be sitting here and crying every day? Why would He put me here to be miserable and stressed? He didn't. He didn't design me for that. He designed me for something very special. And then He allowed me the opportunity to find it and live it every day. He designed you for something special too. Your life is worth more than bills. Your life is worth more than slaving away at a job, making somebody else rich, while you're counting pennies, trying to make ends meet at home. There is something special about you too, something amazing. But the problem is, life has a tendency to just life. And somewhere on your journey of life, you lost your light. It got dim. It got dark. Maybe it was a toxic relationship, toxic family, toxic friends, toxic job, toxic something took place and stole your light. And here you are today, doubting everything. But I am here to tell you, not convince you, but tell you that there is something very special about you, and you should be monetizing it. And with 2026 online businesses, you can. Stop letting fear hold you back. Stop letting people tell you what you can't do. You can do anything. The only limitation that you have is a limitation that you put on yourself. This is why I keep talking about confidence and lack thereof. Your confidence is so low right now. And that's why you don't think you can do this. But I'm here to tell you that you can. So stop letting fear hold you back. You can do this. Okay? All right. I don't hear about nobody fear. That's out of our system. Okay? Sales tip number 2. And for those of y'all just tuning in, good morning. Happy Saturday. My name is Coach Jazz, and we are building our online business from scratch. Okay? All right, y'all better get to writing. Remember, execution is the key word. So not only are we going to take these notes, but then we're going to actually do it. We're going to do it, okay? Sales tip number 1, write this down. People only buy from people that they like, that they know, and that they trust, okay? Thank you. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. So if they don't like you, not gonna buy. If they don't know you, not gonna buy. And if they don't trust you, not gonna buy it. Okay, cool. So how do we get people to like us? Okay. So you're gonna get people to like you through your content. So your reels, your stories, going live, your YouTube videos, whatever. In your content, I need you to be relatable and I need you to be authentic, okay? Because the community that we build, ladies, those are the people who are going to buy our products, okay? So the content that we push out has to be relatable and has to be authentic. You are doing yourself a disservice because you're not trying to be yourself. You're trying to be perfect. I need you to be yourself. Okay, so whoever you are, that's what I need from you. I don't need you to paint a facade because people can't relate to fake. They can't relate to perfection because they're not perfect. So how can they relate to that? I just need you to be yourself. Now, the problem is, I used to struggle with this. Sometimes we don't know who we are, because we spent our whole life being who we thought other people wanted us to be. You might be a people pleaser. So you're always going along with what people around you want you to do because you don't want no problems. Okay. If that is something that you are struggling with and you don't really know who you are to be relatable and to be authentic, then I need you to start spending more time by yourself. You spend way too much time with other people. I need you to start taking time and just doing things that you do. Not with anyone else, just with yourself. So that you can figure out who you are, so you can start being relatable and authentic in your content. Okay? Now, for those of you guys who are camera shy, I want you to just be in front of the camera and just talk. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you will get, and then you can start posting it. For those of you guys who are letting fear take over and you're saying things like, well, Jazz, what if nobody likes me? Stop. We gotta let the fear go. There's 8 billion people in this world, ma'am. Somebody is bound to like you, okay? And I used to be guilty of this. I forgot there's a whole world outside of the USA, okay? I'm from the USA. There's a whole world outside of the USA, you guys. When you post your content, it goes everywhere. You become an international superstar. And I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm just telling you this so you realize the world is big. There are people all over the world who need your help. You have a solution to somebody's problem. They need you. And you're depriving them of the opportunity to get the solutions that they need for their life or whatever it is you're doing. Thank you, because you won't post the video. You keep overthinking. You keep living in fear. What if I lived in fear this morning and I didn't go live? Then all of you guys watching wouldn't have heard this message. And I wouldn't have been able to help any of y'all because I would have been too in my head and overthinking and not brave enough to hit the live button. But that's literally what you're doing to others. So stop. You guys, I have women inside Glow Up Academy from all over the world. From Canada, Australia, Jamaica, Barbados, Africa. All because I had a solution to their problem. So please, stop overthinking. Just be relatable, be authentic, and post the damn video. Just post the video. Lord Jesus. Okay. Please just post. All right. We said people only buy people that they like, know, and trust. Okay, great. Well, how do we get people to know us? All right. I need you to go live. And yes, you can go live and be faceless. You are not excluded from anything we're talking about to my faceless creators. Everything we do, you doing, okay? Going live is the best way to build your community. Why? Because it allows people to ask you questions, engage, and interact. and it allows you to promote your products, okay? Now, some of y'all are hard-headed, and you're gonna say things like, that's great, Jazz, but I don't wanna go live. And I'm gonna say, fine, don't. I told you, I'm not gonna convince you of shit. If you don't wanna go live, then don't. But let me just remind you, you also said that you didn't wanna go to work. You said you already got your 2-week notice tight. It's tight, it's sitting in the draft. You ready to hit send. Okay. It amazes me how many people are willing to bust their ass at their job to make somebody else rich, but they absolutely refuse to bust their ass to build wealth for themselves. Ladies, you see people, especially on TikTok, selling. TikTok don't never sleep. Creators are on here 24/10 selling. And you right there listening. I promise you this. If you go live consistently, you will make more on live than you ever made at that job. Now, some of y'all are like, well, Jazz, I would go live. I'm not anti-live. I'm just live shy. Okay, let me talk to you. Listen, the only reason why you're live shy is just because you don't have enough experience going live. Maybe you did it once 6 months ago, but you haven't done it since. It's not because you suck at life. It's not because this isn't meant for you. You're just live shy because you don't have enough experience. We have been on this live for 96 minutes. And if you're still watching, that lets me know that you trust what I'm saying to be true. Otherwise, you would have left. So I need you to trust this. If you go live consistently, I promise you, you will get to a point where you are no longer shy. I cannot make this up. Ladies, things that you do over and over and over again, you always get better at. You know this. You did not always know how to walk. Now you walk just fine. Why? Because you had to do it consistently. You didn't have a choice. You didn't always know how to read and write. Now you do that fine. How? Because you had to consistently do it. You didn't always know how to drive. Now you drive just fine. How? Because you had to consistently do it. So I wonder what would happen if we just consistently went live. All right, we said people, I can't make this up. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. So how do we get people to trust us? How do we get people to trust us? Okay, ladies, there's a reason why I'm telling you to post consistently. And no, it is not for your health. The reason why I'm telling you to post consistently is because the more people see you, the more people trust you. Consistency builds trust. I don't know if you know this or not, or if you're living under a rock, but people work hard for their money. You work hard, I work hard, we're all out here working hard. So if you want someone to trust you with their hard-earned money, you are going to have to be trustworthy, which means you have to be consistent. You don't have a choice. Now, I want to do an exercise with you, okay? This is for people, if you do not have a product yet, sit this out, take your notes right now. If you do have a product, but you're struggling to make the sales that you want, this is for you, okay? First, what we have to do is we got to remove the ego and the pride, ladies. Some of y'all can't do that because you think you know everything. And so there's no room for growth in your world. I'm not gonna convince you otherwise. Keep doing what you're doing, whatever. For those of you guys who can remove the ego and the pride and you recognize that there's always room for growth, you don't know everything, I am talking to you. I want you to go to your profile and we're gonna ask ourselves some questions. We have to be honest. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Write that down and don't ever forget it. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Okay? Now I need you to ask yourself this. Is it clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people. I also need you to ask yourself this, be honest, take the feelings out. If you were not you, would you buy from you? If you were not you, would you buy from you? If the answer to any of those questions is no, then you should no longer be confused as to why people are not buying from you yet. There should be no more confusion. But the reason why I say yet is because you have the power to fix it. Ladies, anything, and I mean anything, that is not giving you the results that you want, you can fix it. That's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of business. That's the beauty of everything that we've talked about so far. You can fix it, okay? Now, I'm about to get honest with you, okay? I know I am not the coach for everybody, and I have accepted that. I'm not trying to be, because not everybody wants the truth. But I'm about to tell you the truth about yourself. So if you are not interested in hearing about yourself, go ahead and leave now. Just go ahead and leave now, because it's about to get real on this live. Ladies, every day you have a choice. You either fix it or you don't. You choose the latter. If it is not clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people, then fix it and just make it clear so that when people go to your profile, they know what they're getting into. They know how you can help them. They know about your products and services, but you choose to procrastinate. If you are live shy, fix it. I already told you how. You have to just go live consistently and it'll come right up out your system. But you choose not to. That's a choice. If you do lack confidence in yourself and you don't think too highly of yourself, fix it. I already told you how. Start keeping the promises that you make to yourself. You choose not to. You choose to make excuses, you choose to complain, and you choose to vent, and you choose to procrastinate. These are all choices that you make every single day. You are getting in your own way. It is you versus you. This is self-sabotage. And the reason why a lot of us don't fix it is because we live in a trapped mindset. And the problem is, you've been living in this trapped mindset for so long that you no longer even realize that you're living in one. You are living in a trapped mindset. And you believe how things are today is how it will always be. And you have no control over your life and the things that happen to you. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. That is not true at all. No, it is not. No, it is not. And listen, I used to have a trapped mindset too. Remember earlier when I told you guys I felt trapped at my job, my 9 to 5? I wasn't trapped. I was not trapped at that job. That was a mindset that I lived in for years. I was never trapped. Nobody forced me to go to work. I could have been left. I chose not to. Why? If it was making me that miserable, why didn't I leave? Because I got used to the lifestyle. Monday to Friday. Weekends. I didn't want to leave that. Holidays off. I got used to making $60,000 a year, even though I was broke. I felt like I was doing better than most. I didn't want to give that up. No. See, I could have just got a couple of part-time jobs. Yeah, it would have been hard. Who wants to work all day and all night? But I could have. I was young. I didn't want to do that though. I could have just moved back in with my mom and rebuilt my credit and saved some money, but I didn't want to do that. I liked having my own place. I didn't want to go backwards, right? So I allowed myself to feel trapped, failing to realize that if I had just left the job, it would have changed my life. And it did, because I finally left. But I was never trapped. But instead of fixing it, I ran from it. So I made excuses and I procrastinated and I complained and threw pity parties for myself, feeling sorry for myself instead of just fixing it. That's the same thing you do. You are not trapped. You can fix it. You choose not to. Some of y'all believe that you can't fix it until you have more information. You just think it's an information thing. And once you get some more information, then it'll all make sense and then it'll just magically fix itself. No. Most of you guys are not lacking information. Most of you guys have more information you even know what to do with because you're on social media all day. So you are getting fed information all day long. Your problem is not lack of information. Your problem is lack of implementation, meaning you don't execute shit. Which is why I made the keyword of this live, execution, because you don't do that. You are the woman who talks about what she's going to do, but you never just do it. You're the woman who has excuse after excuse. You're the woman who procrastinates. You're the woman who talks about what she's going to do on Monday. You're the woman who goes out to happy hour and watches movies and TV shows all day. That's you. And instead of you fixing it, instead of you just doing it, you make excuses. You throw pity parties for yourself. No. You have got to execute. You have the information. You're just not doing it. And my question is, how much longer do you want to keep doing that? Because it's not getting you anywhere. I don't have to convince you of this. You see it for yourself in your own life. Look at the results. The business is still not businessing. The content is not contenting. The sales ain't salesing. Confidence, -50. No discipline. You give up before you even get started. You talk to yourself crazy and you let other people talk to you crazy. You have no boundaries. You feel bad prioritizing yourself. How much longer are we going to keep living like that? Because it's not getting you anywhere. Time is passing you by and you're staying stagnant by choice. You don't even realize that this is a choice. You are not getting younger. You are getting older. And time is moving quickly. I don't have to convince you of that. How many times a day do you look at the clock and say, wow, I cannot believe it is already 8:15 in the morning? How many times a week do you think to yourself, wow, I cannot believe it's Saturday already? How many times do you say to yourself, wow, I cannot believe I'm 35 years old, or whatever age you are? You do that all day. So you already see for yourself how fast time is moving. And you still choose to waste it. That is a choice. And you know what else is crazy? We have become so entitled to time. You don't even realize the entitlement. Because who told you that you'll be here next year? Where'd you get that from? Why do we assume that we have 6 more months to waste? Why do we assume that? Who told you that? Tomorrow is not guaranteed. And instead of you living life to the fullest and your purpose, being happy, you choose to waste it. You choose to watch from the sidelines. You choose to just hope for it. How much longer? Time is your most valuable asset. It is not money. You can always make more money, but you cannot make more time. and all of the time that you have wasted, you will never get it back. It is gone. You are going to have to change. You're going to have to change because there's things about you that do not align with the version of yourself that you want to become. See, you want to become the woman who's confident, who loves herself, who's running her business, who's consistent and disciplined, who knows how to prioritize herself, who only cares about her opinion of herself, not the opinions of others. That version of you, she's already within you, okay? She's already within you, but she's buried under the fear, the limiting beliefs, the lack of boundaries, the lack of self-respect. She's buried under there. But until we fix it, until we change, that version of you will never appear. So you're gonna have to change so you can live the life that you want. One of the toughest pills that I had to swallow in my own life, and this is hard, this is tough, but it's the truth. Your life and the direction it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices you make. It is a direct reflection of the choices you make. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices you make. Now that was tough for me. I told you guys, your problems don't fix themselves, and they just get worse until you choose to fix it. See, I thought the reason I was living paycheck to paycheck was because I just didn't make enough money. And I thought that once I made more money, everything would just work out. No. It never just works out. It got worse. See, I didn't have financial literacy. I didn't have a budget. Whatever I wanted, I just bought it. If the bank gave me the loan, I took it and bought whatever. I carried those same horrible spending habits from my 9-to-5 into entrepreneurship. And as I made more, I just spent more. And month after month, I am still paycheck to paycheck. How is that possible, making thousands upon thousands and thousands a month, and you are still living paycheck to paycheck? How? Because there was no budget. Whatever I wanted, I bought. I had to fix it. My finances, my paycheck to paycheck, stressing about the bills, was a reflection of the choices I made. I had to fix it. I had to change. Now, some of y'all might be like, Jazz, I know I don't make enough. I done did the math 50 times. It's still not coming out positive. Fine. But I'm going to say it again. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices you make. And I'm going to tell you why. Ladies, times have been hard. This didn't happen last night. Food prices, rent prices, gas prices have been on the rise for years. And every day, you choose to do nothing about it. You could have launched that ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. You could have started that YouTube account 4 months ago. It would be monetized today. You could have started the TikTok last month. you would be building your community today. And what did we say? Your community is who buys your products. But every day, you choose not to. You choose to make excuses. You choose to complain and vent. You choose to throw pity parties for yourself. You choose to talk about what you can't do. You choose to watch TV all day. And my question still remains, how much longer are we going to do that? Because it's not getting you anywhere. It's not getting you anywhere. You're going to have to change. And look, I'm not perfect, okay? Ain't shit about me perfect at all. The version of me that y'all see today, this version, is a reflection of all the changes that I had to make. I did a complete 180. I am nothing like who I used to be. I lost 100 pounds. I just did it the old-fashioned way. Just ate less and moved my body. Kept it off for 3 years. I'm vegan. I don't eat animal product anymore. I used to be full of excuses. Oh yeah, I was the excuse queen. I had an excuse for the excuse. It was always someone else's fault. It was never mine. No. My fault? Please. No. I used to procrastinate. I was always a tomorrow, later type of girl. Didn't get me anywhere. I used to be my biggest bully. I know a lot of you can relate to that. The things I used to say to myself was absolutely disgusting. I used to tell myself I was stupid on an hourly basis. I would even joke about how stupid I was to other people, thinking it was cute and funny. That's not cute. That's not funny. How could I be a successful entrepreneur when I'm constantly telling myself how stupid I am? I can't. That had to change. Ladies, stop talking to yourself like you're crazy. You would never talk to a child the way you talk to yourself. So why do you think it's okay? Your internal world always reflects your external world. Don't you ever forget it. So if you're talking to yourself like that, I already know you got people around you who talk to you like that. If you got chaos going on in your head, I know for a fact you got chaos going on in your life. Your life ain't peaceful because it's not peaceful in here. Stop talking to yourself like that. Say something nice for once. All that had to change. I had to change all that. My biggest distraction that I struggled with was alcohol abuse. And I told you I started that toxic ass habit when I had that toxic ass job. And you would have thought that once I quit the job, then the problem would have just went away. No, ladies, problems don't just go away. They get worse until you fix it. See, I quit my job during COVID. At least when I was at work, I couldn't be drunk for 8 hours because I had to work. But now I'm at home. It's COVID. Everything's shut down. I have nothing but time to get drunk. And see, I quit my job on a whim. I didn't have any money saved up. I had just bought a house. Fixed my credit, bought a house. It's only in the house for 6 months before I decided to quit my job. But I couldn't take it anymore. I was fed up. I'd been there for 6 years. I was about to turn 30. I was just done. I was done. And I believe God planted the seed and told me, Jazz, the time is now to quit, so quit. And I was going to live off of my stimulus for a few months. Now, I don't have any kids, okay? So I ain't had that much. I had about $2,000. That won't get me far. That was not going to get me far. But my plan was I could probably make some payment arrangements for some things, pay some things a little bit late, and then my business will just kind of take over from there, and it'll all just work out. That was the plan. So I'm at home, and I'm doing all the things that you probably do. Watching the TikTok coaches, watching the YouTube videos, just trying to make it all make sense. Content creation, monetizations, digital products, how to sell. But it's not working. Our platforms aren't growing. I'm not making any sales. And I'm getting pissed. But I'm not the problem. I had ego. It's never my fault. It's the algorithm's fault because it's never Jasmine. The algorithm's just not pushing my content. It doesn't like me. No, I was always drunk. I wasn't posting consistently. I wasn't really being productive. I wasn't really executing anything that I was watching in the videos because I was always drunk. But I didn't want to admit that to myself. And I'm getting pissed off at God because I'm like, God, you told me to quit. I'm quitting. I quit and I ran out of money. I don't have any more money. I'm broke. Credit card almost maxed out. I got to pay the lights. Don't even have money for that. I already made the payment arrangement. If I don't pay it on that date, they're going to cut them off. I already missed one mortgage payment. If I miss another, they're going to start trying to foreclose on a house I just bought. I'm scared. I'm stressed. I didn't want to admit to myself that I'm the reason why. I didn't want to admit to myself that I'm an alcoholic. I felt embarrassed. Shame. Who wants to say that out loud? So I didn't. I just continued to lie to myself some more. I convinced myself that as long as I didn't drink before 11 a.m., I'm not an alcoholic. Even though I drink all day, every day, as long as I don't start my day with liquor, I'm good. Because see, alcoholics, they start their day with alcohol. So since I don't do that, there's no problem and there's nothing to talk about. What? The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. But you get to a point where you can't keep running from yourself. Eventually, you're going to hit a brick wall. And God is going to force you to listen. See, I believe that God is within you. So I have God within me. You have God within you, but he's not at the church. He's within you. So those ideas that you get, I believe, that is God telling you that you can do this. Those are seeds that he's planting in your head. That gut feeling, that intuition that you get, that is God trying to talk to you, trying to warn you. But I've noticed that a lot of times we don't like to listen. We say we do. It sounds good in conversation, it sounds good on paper, but we don't really listen. Because if you listen, how many ideas did God give you last year that you didn't even try? You didn't listen. How many times did you go against your gut feeling just to find out later you were right? You didn't want to listen. We never do. But eventually, he's going to make you listen. And I'll never forget, I was sitting on my bed crying. And I'm like, I'm about to lose my house. I'm about to lose my house. I don't even know what to do. And I remember God said, Jazz, what are you doing? You have been begging me for a business for years, which was true. I had been. So the opportunity is literally right in front of you, and you're wasting it. So what are we going to do? Are we going to keep doing what you've been doing, which is a whole bunch of nothing? Or are you going to change? Are you going to fix it? I decided to change. I decided to fix it. I decided to stop drinking. I haven't had a drink in almost 5 years. I'll never touch alcohol again. I am done. But since I decided to change, my whole life began to change. I started posting consistently. My platform started to grow. I started making sales. I started to feel good about myself for the first time in my entire life. I started saying nice things to myself, telling myself I'm proud of myself, I can do this, I'm doing an amazing job. I started to have confidence in myself, something I never had. All because I decided to change. See, what a lot of people fail to realize, and what I didn't know back then, was in order to get something, you're gonna have to give up something. In order to get something, you are going to have to give something up. You cannot have both. In order for me to get the business that I had been begging God to give me, I had to give up excuses. I had to give up procrastination. I had to give up fear. I had to give up negative self-talk. I had to give up distractions. I had to give up alcohol. But when I gave those things up, God opened the floodgates of heaven for me. God gave me everything I asked for and more. Listen, I had just asked God to help me make $60K a year to replace my job. And I even started negotiating with that. I said, Lord, if you can help me make $45K, I will cut the cable off. Just help me get out of this job. He gave me 6 figures. I asked God for 10K Instagram followers. I was like, that'd be cool. I don't even know 10 people. God gave me 100,000 Instagram followers. I asked God for 5K YouTube subscribers. He gave me 30,000 YouTube subscribers. All because I decided to change. I asked God for a little bit of confidence so I could stop crying all the time and feeling sorry for myself. He gave me a lot of confidence. There's nothing I don't think I can't do. I don't even remember the last time I cried. All because I decided to change. See, the woman I was back then didn't align with who I wanted to become. See, I wanted to become a woman who was confident, who loved herself, who showed up for herself, who put herself first without guilt, who had standards and boundaries for her life, who was disciplined, running her business and living in her purpose and truly happy. But that version of me, this version today, was buried under the BS. It was buried under the fear and the limiting beliefs. It was buried under toxicity. And I wasn't going to become this version until I changed that. But once I changed, my whole life changed. See, we delay our own blessings because God gives us free will. So you can do whatever you want to do. He has the blessings for you. He designed you for them. And he's ready to open the floodgates of heaven for you. But he won't do it until you become obedient, until you change, until you listen. So because you have free will, you could drag it out. The choice is yours. You don't have to have them now. You want to wait 5 more years? Matter of fact, why stop at 5? How about just wait your whole lifetime? The choice is yours, but he will not budge until you change. But once you change, he is ready to give it all to you. So you have to decide. And sure, maybe you're right. Maybe change is hard. Okay, maybe it is. Fine. But the life that you're living is hard. Crying every day because you are so unhappy with the way things are going right now. It's hard. Not even believing that you're worthy of happiness is hard. Always giving up on yourself and talking to yourself horribly is hard. And you do that every day. I've done both hearts. And I will always choose this one. Because at least this hard comes with peace. This hard comes with purpose. This hard comes with freedom. This hard comes with happiness. This hard comes with confidence. This hard comes with income. You gotta change. You have got to change. For those of you guys who want to change, I want to help you. Now, I can't help people who don't want it, and I'm not even willing to try. Because, listen, if you are 1000% happy with your life and the direction it's going in, well then fine, just keep doing what you're doing. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But if you're not 1000% happy with your life and the direction it's going, and you want to change it, then I want to help you. Inside Glow Up Academy, I'm going to teach you how to build your online business from scratch. I don't care what your starting point is. Everything that you need to be successful in your online business is in there. Every last thing. You want to monetize your YouTube and your TikTok and your Instagrams, all of my platforms are monetized? Fine, I'll teach you. It's in there. You want to get on TikTok and sell on TikTok Live, how I do, how my students do, how thousands of other creators do? Fine, I'll teach you. It's all in there. Maybe you want to sell an ebook. Maybe you want to do an e-course or a private community. The possibilities are endless. Fine, it's in there. I'll teach you everything, and I mean everything, that you need to be successful with your business is inside Glow Up Academy. But not only am I going to teach you how to build your online business, I'm going to teach you how to build yourself. Inside Glow Up Academy, we're going to build your confidence. We're going to build your boundaries and your standards for your life. We're going to build your discipline. We're going to build your consistency. So that way, when you start this time, you actually follow through. The days are over of telling yourself what you can't do. No, we're not doing that anymore. The days are over of not putting yourself first. The days are over of not sticking to the promises that you made to yourself. The version of you who was her dream version, she's already within you. But we got to unleash her by letting go of the fear that you continue to live with. Inside Glow Up Academy, we're gonna fix it together. We're gonna build the business of your dreams, and we're gonna also build our dream life. Okay? Before I let you join, a couple of things. First thing, I only let 10 people in at a time because, believe it or not everybody has the same path. Some people have a product but no audience. Some people have an audience and no product. Some people have a million ideas, but I told you guys earlier, we gotta lock in on one because money flows where energy goes. And you're spreading yourself way too thin, so nothing is growing. So we're gonna choose your most favorite idea and we're gonna build that. And then once that one is flourishing, then we'll reach back into the pile and build another one of your ideas. Some of you guys have no clue what you wanna do, and that's fine too. I'll help you figure that out. No matter where you are on your journey, I can help you. I've just noticed for myself, having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me. And I wanna make sure that I'm able to pour into everyone the way that they deserve. So I cap it at 10. Once 10 people join, I take the link down. I don't accept more members until I'm ready, okay? Number 2, I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes because I told you guys, I only wanna help people who want it. I'm not here to force anything upon anybody. Women who want it, they know they want to change. They know they want more for their life. That's who I'm here to help. The woman who knows she has a problem with something, whether it's consistency, discipline, caring what people think, whatever it is, she's aware that there's an issue. And she's aware that there's room for improvement. That's who I'm here to help. So when the timer starts, ladies, just move. Just move. Stop overthinking. Just go. Okay? One last thing. Glow Up Academy is lifetime access. So once you're in forever. Okay? So you'll always have access to all information. You'll always have access to our Thursday live coaching calls. We meet on Thursdays. You'll always have access to our Sunday resets. We do book clubs on Sundays. So there's lots of stuff going on in there every single day. You always have access to all of that, okay? It doesn't stop. Once you're in forever. I typically sell Glow Up Academy lifetime access for $597. And women buy. 3 people joined this morning before I even got on live. But because you were present, because you took notes, you asked questions, and you promised me that you're gonna execute, then I'm gonna take the price down. But it will only stay down for the 10 minutes. Once the 10 minutes are over, I'm taking the price back up to $597, okay? So once the timer goes, just move, all right? I'm gonna bring the price down to $249. That's lifetime access. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break it up, so you can still get that discount, okay? I'm gonna show you guys how to join, and then I'm gonna set the timer. So once we go, just move, okay? Stop overthinking. I'm gonna start with TikTok because I have 2 TikToks. YouTube, just hang tight, your instructions are a little bit different. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Now TikTok number 1, this one right here, I'm talking to y'all. This one is my main account. So this is the backup account, but the links are still the same. So the profile does not look like this, but the links are still the same. Okay, so that's how you know you're in the right spot. You're gonna click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ right here at the top. And then you're gonna click on this red button right here that says open. And then you're gonna click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. And here we are. $249, become the woman who actually follows through. Scroll all the way down. Feel free to read my reviews, I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. Ladies, what you put in is where it's going, okay? So please make sure you quadruple check. Sometimes the autocorrect gets you, okay? You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up. Click the I agree to terms and services, and then click this blue button that says start my glow up. Within 30 seconds, you should be receiving your first email from Stan followed by another email from Jasmine Spencer. That is me. Before you leave off of my live, I need you to confirm to me that you received your email, okay? Do not leave until you tell me that you got it, because I want to make sure that there was no spelling mistake. I don't know what your email is supposed to be, okay? So that's why I need you to confirm. And I also want you to join as soon as you get it, so that I know you are where you're supposed to be, okay? And if there was a spelling mistake, fine, we'll fix it right here on live. If you didn't get that first email within 30 seconds, there was a spelling mistake. That's why you didn't get it, okay? But we're gonna fix it right here, all right? Now, YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna have to leave the live. You're gonna come to my YouTube channel, click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ, and then click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. And then same thing for you. Here we are, 2:49, become the woman who actually follows through. Now, before I set the timer, one last thing. For my ladies on here who know that they need somebody on them every single day, checking in, you already know who you are. You already know who you are. If that is you, not only will you get lifetime access to Glow Up Academy, but I also want you to enroll in the 30-day activation that starts January 26th, okay? It's a cohort, so once we start January 26th, you cannot join later, all right? If you know you need daily accountability, you know you need somebody on there, instead of clicking on the top button, I want you to click on the second button right here that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access plus 30-day activation, okay? This is a 30-day discipline and accountability cohort. I am on you every single day. You can't escape me. Nope, me and you about to be BFFs for life. If that is you, I want you to click on the second button. It is 5:46. So not only do you get lifetime access to Glow Up Academy, but you are also a part of the 30-day activation, okay? Same thing, scroll down. You can use Afterpay or Klarna, enter your name, quadruple check your email address, click Start My Glow Up, okay? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set the timer. Do not run away. I need to confirm some ladies have already joined. I'm about to send out that secondary email now. Please do not leave me until you confirm that you are where you are supposed to be, okay? Abby, can you check your email and confirm that you received the email from Jasmine Spencer? Where we at? Crystal, I need you to confirm that you received the email from Jasmine Spencer. London, I need you to confirm that you received the email from Jasmine Spencer. I'm waiting on 3 women to confirm. Okay, now while the timer is going, I respond to all of my students. Ladies, please make sure you check your inbox, okay? Yes, you have access to my inbox forever. So any questions that you have, feedback, whatever, please make sure you respond to your message. There's an icon, once you're inside, there's an icon right here. It's an inbox message, okay? I need you to click on that and respond to my inbox, because I need to know what you're struggling with. Not everybody has the same struggles. I can't help what I don't know. So I want to know more about you. What have you tried? What are your ideas? What things are working, not working, whatever. I want to know so that we can execute and so that we can fix it. So please promise me that you're going to respond to your message from me. All right? Now, once I get off of live, I hop right inside Glow Up Academy and start speaking to you. And what I want you to do while you're waiting, go to the classroom tab, okay? Click on that. Here we are. I want you to click on the first vault that says Start Here. This is Welcome and Orientation, okay? So click here. I have a 7-day orientation for you. It's very short and to the point. My videos are short because I already know people be busy, okay? Short videos. Every single day for 7 days, I have a small homework assignment for you that's working towards your goals, building your discipline and your accountability, okay? I want you to work through it. And there's a reason why I do what I do. I already know that you can do all things and that the only limitation is the limitation that you put on yourself. I already know that. But I need you to know that. And the problem is you don't know that. So we have to fix that. And the only way we're gonna fix that is by starting something and finishing it. Because now you are proving to yourself that you know how to start something and finish. That's building self-belief. That's building confidence. And we will take that same confidence that we build towards our business and reaching any other goals that we have for ourselves, okay? So Glow Up Academy, we're building confidence, okay? This is why I structure things the way I do. So I need you to do this so that you can prove to yourself that you are worthy of starting and finishing, okay? I need you to believe that. Now, once you finish that, you get to decide what you want to do. Glow Up Academy is your path. You choose. There's no right or wrong. So if you know you're ready to start your business, go to the Business Building Vault. I especially want you to go to this if you've never used Canva or you're just not too familiar with it, because I literally have a video walking you through how to use Canva from beginning to end. So easy, a K-woman can do it, okay? I don't care how old you are. I share my screen with you and I show you how to change colors, how to add stuff, take stuff out. So I want you to watch that, okay? I need you to watch that. I also walk you guys through how to upload to your hosting site, okay? For my people who aren't tech savvy, I need you here. Okay. I also walk you through how to set up your LLC, your S Corp or your C Corp, whichever filing you want, and how to file your taxes and build your business credit. If you already have a product but you're struggling to make sales, fine. I want you to go to the Marketing Mastery Vault. I walk you through how to sell, how to create your content, what things to say, how to build your audience, okay? How to get people to click on your link in the first place. A lot of you guys are struggling with no traffic. You're posting the videos, but they're not even clicking the link. We're gonna fix it, okay? Maybe you know you have some mindset stuff you wanna work on. Maybe you're a people pleaser. Maybe you don't have boundaries. Maybe you do lack confidence, discipline, whatever it is. I want you to go to the Motivation Mindset Vault, okay? We're gonna start fixing those things together today, all right? Maybe you wanna prioritize yourself in 2026. Maybe you've never really done that and you wanna start doing more things for yourself and self-care. I want you to go to the Femininity and Self-Care Vault, okay? Okay, 1 second. Maybe you wanna build your Instagram Vault. If you wanna build your YouTube Vault. If you wanna build your TikTok and you wanna sell on TikTok Vault, okay? To my faceless creators or my aspiring faceless creators, go to the Faceless Vault, okay? So whatever you want, you can do. It's all inside Glow Up Academy. Manifestation. Maybe you want to work on manifesting. All right. I'm a big believer in manifesting. You don't know how to do it or you haven't been doing it right, whatever. That's fine. Go to the Manifestation Vault. Okay. So you choose your path. There's no right or wrong answer. London, I'm still waiting for you to confirm for me. Let me show you guys again. London. I don't know which live she's on. I don't know. All right, TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice, come to my profile. You're gonna click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ, and then click on this red button right here that says open. And then you're gonna click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. Now, if you wanna do the Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access and be a part of the 30-day activation, this is for the woman who knows she needs more accountability. She knows she gives up way too quick and she needs somebody on her. Then I want you to click on the second button, okay? Once you click on that, Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access, become the woman who actually follows through. Scroll down, feel free to read my reviews, I don't mind. And then enter your name and then click Start My Glow Up, this blue button, okay? Let me check, 1 second. No, I don't see you yet. If you didn't get that email from Stan, it didn't go through. That's the email I'm talking about. It comes right away within 30 seconds. So if you did not receive that, there was a spelling mistake, or it didn't go through, okay? Because I don't see it on my end. So if you didn't get that email, then it didn't even go through. It didn't even go through, okay? All right, you guys have a few more minutes. Let's do another. Progress is to make small steps towards big goals. Thank you. Progress is to make small steps towards big goals. So remember, ladies, we're gonna crawl before we walk and we're gonna walk before we run. So yes, we're gonna be posting consistently, which means more often than not. But even if you're not at the posting phase yet, I still want you in the I'm working on getting out of the camera shyness phase, which means you're going to be talking to your camera about anything. I don't care what it is. It doesn't even have to be about your niche. This is just strictly for you to get comfortable being in front of the camera. And for those of you guys who want to be faceless and you're thinking, well, faceless will be easier because no one's gonna see me, you still have to be comfortable recording. This is why it's a confidence thing. Whether you show your face or not, I still need you to get comfortable with being relatable and being yourself. Because when you're faceless, you have to be yourself because people can't even connect with your appearance. So we need more personality to come out when you're faceless. But we can't do that if you're overthinking everything. Can't do that if you are afraid to say what you want to say because you're afraid of hurting somebody's feelings or whatever. This is what I'm talking about. So it doesn't matter whether you're faceless or front and center, you are going to have to get comfortable. And the only way to do that is to do it over and over and over again. Okay, so don't think faceless just because you faceless is going to come easier. No, that's not true. That is not true, because if you're not comfortable with talking, what we got? I can't make this up, okay? So we're gonna always make sure that every single day we're making progress. I am confident in my abilities. I am confident in my abilities. And this is the piece that we need to fix for those of you guys who are not confident in your abilities. And for the woman on here who's going back and forth, let me just say this to you, because we have a few more minutes and we're getting off here. One more thing, for those of you guys who are going back and forth. We have been on this live for 150 minutes. That's because you were able to connect with what I said. Otherwise, you would have left. You would have been on someone else's live. But what I know is this. Once I end the live, my voice starts to fade. And then the things that I said that connected with you, you forget. And you slip right back into your old ways. Do not let this be the end. If I connected with you, then keep it forward so that we can finally make the changes that we need to make to reach the goals that we have for ourselves. Okay? Fair enough. And ladies, y'all know I need to know when you get the email. Please don't do that. Every act of self-care is a declaration of love for myself. Every act of self-care is a declaration of love to myself. Amen, amen. So what are acts of self-care? Prioritizing 8 hours of sleep. Doing something that you like to do for yourself. Moving your body, eating healthy, drinking some water. I can't make this up. There's so many forms of acts of self-care. And I hate when people try to use the excuse of, oh, I don't have time. You got time to be on social, so you have time. You have more time than you think. The question is, are you willing to give up the mindless scrolling? Remember, in order to get something, you have to give something up. So in order to get your dream life, you're going to have to let go of the mindless scrolling. The version of you who's confident, who loves herself, she is not on social media all day. No, she is not. I am capable of achieving anything I set my mind to. I am capable of achieving anything that I set my mind to. Yes, 1 second. YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna leave my live and you come to my YouTube channel and then click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then, I don't know where it went. You're gonna click on this top button right here that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. This is the $249. And for those of you guys who want the Glow Up Academy plus the 30-day activation, then click on the second button, okay? Yes, Shayla, absolutely. Click on the second button, okay? So you can be a part of the January 26th cohort. That is 546. All right? Okay. Any questions before we get off of here? For those of you guys who joined, I'm hopping in now. You guys know, I really want to know y'all got y'all email. So y'all know how we roll. If y'all, she might not even be on here no more, but I really need y'all to be confirming with me that y'all got y'all's email. Like, I really need that so that I know you got where you're supposed to be. Okay? I'm hopping in now for those of you guys who didn't. That was your choice. Ladies, you have a lot to offer this world. And whether you want me to help you with it or not, that's fine. But do it. And if you know it's not working, you trying, you've done it by yourself, well, then that means it's time to change something up. Doesn't make you less of a woman because you need a mentor. It makes you human. Okay? All right, fair enough. Thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all follow me if you haven't already. They do steal my videos, and then they make fake accounts, and they turn around and message you. And I will see you guys later, okay? Have an amazing Saturday. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, YouTube.